Have you ever sat alone in your room, staring at the ceiling, wondering why? Why should I even do this? Why should I care? Why should I try? Why should I take another step when everything feels pointless? It's not that you don't know what to do. It's not that you aren't capable. It's just that sometimes you forget why it even matters. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about why you should do it. Why you should take the next step. Why you should keep going. Why even when it feels like the whole world is asleep, you should be the one who stays awake and chooses to move forward. Because here's the truth no one tells you. There is a war going on inside you. A war between the part of you that wants to evolve and the part of you that wants to stay the same. And that war, it doesn't end when you get stronger. It doesn't end when you get smarter or more successful. It ends when you give up. So why should you do it? Because the moment you stop fighting, you lose. Not to the world, not to society, but to yourself. There's a version of you that exists, that you haven't met yet. A version that smiles with real joy. A version that stands with strength in their bones and peace in their heart. A version that wakes up every morning excited to live, not because everything is perfect, but because they finally understand who they are. That version of you is waiting. But they're not waiting at the end of the road. They're waiting at the other side of your struggle. They exist on the other side of discomfort, of resistance, of fear, of discipline, of consistency. You get there by doing it, even when you don't feel like it. Especially when you don't feel like it. You should do it because doing it changes you. Not all at once, but slowly, day by day, choice by choice. And that change, that's what you're really chasing. You don't want a six-pack. You want to feel confident in your skin. You don't want millions of followers. You want to be heard, to be understood. You don't want the degree, the car, the house. You want the version of you who becomes worthy of those things, and you become that version by doing it. But let's be honest. Doing it is hard. It's hard when you're tired. It's hard when you're alone. It's hard when nobody claps for you. It's hard when the results don't show up fast enough. So, why should you keep doing it? Because not doing it is worse. Not doing it leaves you with regret. And regret doesn't knock. It haunts. It shows up when you see someone living the life you could have had. It whispers when you're lying in bed scrolling through your phone, knowing deep down that you're wasting time you'll never get back. Regret is the price of not trying. But effort is the price of becoming. There's something strange about growth. It rarely feels good in the moment. In fact, it often feels like pain, like loneliness, like confusion. But that's the point. If growth felt easy, everyone would evolve. But not everyone does. Most people choose comfort over courage, familiarity over freedom, distraction over direction. So why should you do it? Because the very fact that you're listening to this means you're not most people. There's something in you, a whisper, a hunger, that wants more. That believes you were meant for something bigger. That refuses to settle for less. Let me tell you a story. There was once a man who wanted to climb a mountain. Not because it was beautiful, not because it was famous, but because he knew that once he stood at the top, he would finally understand himself. He tried once and failed. He tried again and failed again. Everyone laughed. Everyone said, maybe this mountain isn't for you. But he didn't stop, because the climb wasn't about the mountain. It was about becoming the kind of person who never gave up. Eventually, he made it. And when he stood at the top, he didn't cry because he conquered the mountain. He cried because he conquered himself. That's why you should do it. To prove to yourself that you are more than the limits you've believed. To show yourself that you are not your past, not your pain, not your doubt, not your fear. You are the one who gets up anyway. The one who keeps going anyway. The one who chooses discipline when the world chooses comfort. The one who chooses focus when everyone else is distracted. The one who chooses purpose when everyone else is drifting. And yes, you'll feel alone sometimes. You'll feel like no one sees your effort, like no one cares. But the truth is, every step you take is shaping you. The progress might be invisible now, but your future self, they're watching, they're cheering, they're whispering, "Don't stop, keep going. I need you to get through this, because everything you've ever wanted is on the other side of this moment. You should do it, because you matter. You matter more than you know. The things you build, the people you inspire, the love you give, the example you set, it all matters. And you don't have to be perfect to make an impact. You just have to be real. Real with your effort, real with your pain, real with your progress. Look, most people wait their whole lives for motivation. They wait for the perfect moment, the right mood, the right circumstances. But you're learning the truth. That greatness doesn't wait. That success isn't a feeling, it's a decision. A decision to show up when it's boring, to try again when you fail, to speak life into your future when your present feels silent. That's why you should do it. Because life is short. Because the days pass whether you try or not. Because time doesn't stop for indecision. And because one day you'll look back and ask, did I really give it everything I had? Let the answer be yes. Let the answer be, I did it. Even when I was tired, even when I was scared, even when I was unsure. I showed up, and that made all the difference. So, why should you do it? Because you're the only one who can, because the world needs what you have. Because your story isn't done yet. Because the person you're becoming is waiting to meet you on the other side of the effort. And because your future self is whispering, please, don't give up now. Keep going. I'm counting on you.